What's up, turtles? Krik here, Blackout Outdoors, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do a taut line hitch. And a taut line hitch is useful for if you're guying out a tent or a tarp. This is really useful for your guy lines to be at the end, so you can put a stake in and tension the line to your liking, instead of having a fixed piece of cordage trying to get it perfectly taut where you put in a stake. You can put a stake wherever you want it and then just tension the tarp or the tent. And effectively, this is acting like if you've had a guy line on your tent that has a little piece of metal on it. It's maybe an inch and a half long by a quarter of an inch, and the cordage goes through it. Is effectively acting as the same thing as that. But anyways, let's show you how to tie the taut line hitch. I'm going to wrap this around the tree with the working end of my left hand, static on my right, which is going to be, in this case, a ridge line. I'm going to take the working end over the static, under on the inside of this V next to the tree. On the inside of that, I'm going to wrap it under and over once. Wrap it under again. So now I have that static right here. This is my working end, starting to make the knot, starting to make the hitch around the static line, my ridge line. I'm going to take my working end over this part of the working end, under the static, and then through here. And then it'll look like this, loose. I'm going to tighten that up against the tree. And it's important when you're doing knots and hitches to make sure that it's clean. It's a clean knot or a clean hitch, that you're not just, going through the motion and then just yanking to tighten what you've just created. You want to make sure it's clean. And now this can just slide on the static end. This being static as my ridge line. Let's go through that. Go over that one more time. Taking my ridge line around a tree. I have my working end in my left hand. I'm going to go over the static, under to the inside once. Go under to the inside again. I'll have that. And then bring the working end over under the static and then through that little hole. Slowly tighten it down to make sure it's clean when I get it tighter. Looks like that just got ugly as crap. I'm going to redo that. Now, explaining this knot and trying to do it slow with my hands cold is not, the most effective and easy way to tie this, but for a video, I'm trying to go slow. Go under once to the inside, under around again. Now this time, bring it over, working end under the static, and through this little hole. Pull it tight. Taut line hitch. Just get it tight against the tree, tighten it up a little bit. And how this works is basically you just wrap this working end around this static end ridge line, and it's just held by friction. As you can see now, say I got slack in my line. I'm putting up this ridge line for this gnome I hang out with in these magical forests. And he's shorter, doesn't need a lot off the ground. So I have it lower to the ground, but anyways, you can see the slack in here. I want to tension this. I'm just going to grab the knot, grab the static end, pull the static end to tight, and while sliding the hitch up. And now I can pop my little gnome-sized tarp up, create a little shelter here. That's the taut line hitch. And this is Krik signing out with Black Outdoors. Later, turtles.